Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at my distribution for the MiSTer FPGA, which is running Amiga OS, customized by myself, and I will be releasing this in the next month or so as a public beta to get some feedback and to iron out some bugs, add some software, etc, etc. So I'm going to load my config, my working config. This is a work in progress, and get this thing booting up. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'll be doing more videos, probably some tutorials for mainly Amiga based, Demoscene based, Amiga OS, so icons, graphics, music, Pro Tracker, etc. This is a new channel, so any subscription is much appreciated. So, some information. The boot time on this distro takes a while, mainly because of the background desktop image, which takes a while to decode from a PNG or JPEG file. The MiSTer CPU emulation is good, but it's at around 030 speed, I'd say, maybe a touch under. So yeah, it takes a while to decode the Workbench background image, but it's worth it because it's a very good looking Workbench. This can be sped up, of course. I'll probably release an optimized version and also versions with 4:3 aspect ratios to cater for all the different configurations out there. And yeah, maybe a low color version with a snappier interface. We'll see. But for now, yeah, we'll just I'm going to release this as a high-end kind of config and work from there. And here we are, Workbench, looking very lovely, if I do say so myself. So you've got partitions. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well, 5 partitions, and the MiSTer directory points to the directory on your SD card on the MiSTer, which is unique to MiSTer, so you can transfer files in and out of that directory in real time. You can FTP over to it, you can mount it on the PC, etc. And it's mounted here on Workbench for ease of use. And you've got audio, tons and tons of music, samples, chiptune formats, synth formats from the Amiga, C64, Atari, Amstrad, you name it, it's on there, Octamed, etc. And you've got some music packs as well, so rips from famous music discs. You've got all the modules on here, although have I included them yet? Yeah, there's a few there. I need to clean this up, but there's quite a lot of stuff. DOS Pop, Grapevine, Paradox, Her Collection, which is a wonderful music disc. And you've got a dock, so you've got a shell, which is quite nice. It has some Linux aliases in there if you like using the command line. You've got directory opus, because no config is good without directory opus. You've got some programs, Octamed, Pro Tracker, JNO editor for text files, Perfect Paint, Eagle Player, Hippo Player, Unpacker, Word Processor, is this Scout? No, Snoop DOS. iGame for games, iDemo for demos. And yeah, this is a port of Pimiga, which I made for the Raspberry Pi, and I've ported to the MiSTer FPGA. So you've got the classic Workbench, which Pimiga is based on, menu systems, so you have shortcuts to tools, preferences, players, etc, etc, which is great. There's also extra stuff that I've added available in the menus. So there's gaming, audio, utilities, system, preferences, just quite a lot of stuff. and more to be added. I've given Magic Menu a nice Workbench 1.3 colour scheme, which I think suits it quite well. I like it. iGame, yeah, so you've got all your games. I need to theme this iGame in MUI a bit nicer than it currently is, which shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, all your games are there if you want to. This is a Workbench distro, so it's sort of everything really. It'll do gaming, it'll do programs, it'll do your run-of-the-mill Workbench stuff, it'll connect to internet, it can be configured for MIDI, it can run quite a lot of things. It's got a downgrader built in, so any intros or demos or games that run on 1.3 you can seamlessly click and they'll launch without you having to worry about it. So included we've got a lot of stuff: 40k, 4k, 64k intros, cracktros, demo collections, disc magazines, music discs, single file demos, WHD load, slideshows, and tools if you want to do some demo making, crunching, coding, whatever. It's all there. So let's take a look at one before we dig into the operating system more properly. Let's have a look. A to F, Abyss. Always a safe bet. Cruising, Extra Life. Oh, wait a minute. They did some recent 64Ks if I recall, which are definitely worth checking out. So yeah, this runs no AGA, which downgrades it to work properly, and it should exit back to the system cleanly as well. Wonderful music by Pink of Abyss. Let's socialize. Alright, I'm quitting this for the moment and we're back to Workbench. So anything that requires a clean start, if there's not enough chip RAM available, you will find that I've set it up to load a splash screen and it will reboot the system like so. So it's rebooting and loading this intro, and this is set up for everything that's on the disk. If it needs a clean start, you'll get a clean start with a splash screen and it will boot the demo, and when you quit the demo it will load Workbench again, so it's pretty seamless. This is the wonderful Sonic Click with Pure, old Amiga intro. and 64K. Okay, let's get back to Workbench because there's a lot more to have a look at. Give it a reboot. Yeah, so there's a ton of content on this distribution. I mean, if you know Amiga, you'll know the amount of stuff I added to that. It's all available here as well, and there's extra stuff on top. So there's an awful lot to keep you busy and happy and occupied. You could play with this distro for hours and hours and hours, days and weeks and months. What I'd like to do at some point is give you a demonstration of the MIDI side working, which is all set up and ready to go. I just want to get another camera to show you the synthesizers that I'll be powering from this and make some music with you, and that should be fun. You could click out of this, but it doesn't take that long to boot. We're in already. Loads of lovely desktop backgrounds on this. Lots of new things added. Shadows to the title bar, shadows to the window backdrop as well. So it looks rather polished. So let's try Pro Tracker since we're in a musical mood. And let's load something from the audio partition. Oh, spelling mistake. There we go. Let's have a look. What do we got? BA1, which is short for the handle bit arts from TRSI, and this is from the TRSI Mega Demo, which is a classic. You should watch it every Christmas. Great bit of music, great bit of music. Wow, takes me back watching these in the 90s, these demos, listening to these musics. So yeah, Pro Tracker. We have quite a lot of audio stuff on here for trackers. We've got lots of Octamed, lots of Pro Tracker, Milky Tracker, some of the old ones and the new ones. Goat Tracker, if you want to compose some C64 SIDs, you can do it. Hively Tracker, wonderful by Zero and a Virus. AHX, great for some more chiptunes. Actually, I've tried to promote the screen mode on this. I wonder if it's still working. Let's have a look. Alright, yeah, it's working. Where have I put it? Let's see. Bit of AHX, always good. And yes, there's a lot of sample editors on here, lots of audio tools. You've got Amity, you've got some radio, you've got your Winamp style Amiga amp if you want to play MP3s or WAV files or what have you. And MIDI stuff too. Let's see, sequencers. Bars and pipes runs fine on here. If you want to use bars and pipes, you can. This screen mode has been promoted to higher resolution, so you can fit more windows on if you want to. There's space to add windows, but you can always change the resolution if you want that low res style. But yeah, I've promoted it so you can fit a lot of things on here. You can resize this at will, of course, so there's plenty of screen real estate to make your next hit on Amiga. Music X is on here, but it needs to downgrade to OCS mode to run, or it needs to run from an early startup, which I do have a shortcut for. I'll show you how to do that in another video. MIDI GM play. Yeah, the MIDI files are, I think, set to work. Let's have a look. I haven't actually tested this yet. Let's have a look in video game music. Let's try Chambers of Shaolin. Yeah, GM plays loading. This should work. Yeah, so you've got Chambers of Shaolin MIDI file running and any other MIDI file you want. I need to clean that up. Like I said, this is a work in progress, but you'll get a beta of it soon. You've got loads of programs in here. Utilities, you know, crunchers, packers, depackers, editors. You've got some coding tools. I need to install something else like DevPack as well. You've got emulators which need to be configured. Some of them are working as they are. Spectrum, C64, Amstrad should all be working. But yeah, a few tweaks need to be made. Game Gear, Game Boy, etc. is all in there. Games, yeah, you've got iGame, like I said. You've got Doom, you've got a few indie games. This will be added to over time because there's so much to add. There's so many cool indie games out there. I'll get them installed at some point. You've got tons of data, so you've got assets, you've got things like books, you've got graphics, you've got textures, you've got 3D models, you've got videos, you've got audio, ROMs, and icons, and quite a lot of stuff, to be honest. let's quit that. What's this? Eagle Player, I think. So this launches its own public screen, which you don't have to use. You can always bring this onto Workbench if you want. So change public screen. Let's go to Workbench. Oh. There we go. So yeah, the Eagle Player will play practically everything. You know, it's like Deli Player. It's got all custom formats ready to go. So let's have a look at some Suntronic tunes. Hopefully the player is set to load automatically. Oh, no it's not. Let's have a look at the engines. Player loader, there we go. That's what we want. You will probably remember this from quite a lot of crack shows. Yeah, it's all good. You got Hippo Player 2. Did I load that? Let's try again. Oh, I didn't mean to launch it on a public screen. Never mind. Let's put some music on. Icon drawing is fairly fast, actually. Wow, I need to clean these drawers up. Yeah, you got preferences, some nice icons that I've created. So this is running in widescreen 1920 by 1080 32-bit. So you've got very high detail quality for pictures, icons, textures, bitmaps, backgrounds, etc. Let's give this a reboot because I feel like it. There's a lot that can be done for this. Once it's cleaned up, I will possibly port it to, or turn it into an AFA OS type deal, so it's a bit quicker. It'll also be visually prettier. Yeah, I'm tempted to do that at some point, but step by step. For now, I'll get this beta out and get bugs ironed out, get some software installed. Any requests, feel free to send me them. Leave it in the comments. I can install software that you would like to see, or games, etc. Just let me know. And if there's any testing you want done, if you want to see MIDI working, if you want to see anything in particular, just let me know and I will demo it for you. Fade out to Workbench. So yeah, you've got, let's see, warning, beautiful, oh, I haven't linked it properly, I need to fix that first. Let's go to sequences, horny, which is rather good, I have to say. The key file is free to obtain. The author is very kindly made the full version available to everybody. And it can run on Workbench, it can run on its own public screen like you see here. You can import files, you can create your own files, you can sequence. It's got CC controls. It's pretty well thought out, I have to admit. It's a lovely sequencer. So let's do Turrican one loader. This is very quick. It didn't even have to think. It just translated the MIDI straight into itself. But currently I don't have any synths turned on, so I won't play it. Yeah, I've got a not working folder because I would like to fix these. So, like I said, it's a work in progress. You've got your Optimeds, which is shortcutted here. If you want to use Optimed, you can. I think I've included nearly every version of Optimed, so you know, whatever tickles your boat, you can go ahead and run it. Sound Studio's on here. Let's see, Sound Studio. I know everyone has their own favourite. But yeah, Optimed's great for MIDI as well, actually, I have to admit. Very nice program. And graphics, you've got quite a lot of good graphics tools on here. Let's have a look. So you've got D-Paint, converters, image effects, which is lovely, Brilliance. A lot of these will support Picasso 96, so high bit depth resolutions and true color resolutions. Photogenics works beautifully. All of these work, so pixeling works fine. P-Paint, You've got some new software by the wonderful RNO demo group. You've got RNO effects if you want to try some new software, it's all on there. We can load personal paint, and we can do some pixeling. Sorry, perfect paint. And we'll have a look at the data folder and graphics, logos. You've got collections of parties in here. You've got demo scene resources, demo party resources, all the collections from all the major parties. You've got the graphics competitions. You can make slideshows, you can tweak, you can watch, you can look. You know, there's a lot of content on here for the Amiga fan. And that's perfect paint. So I think for now that's a good demo. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot more on here we can dig into. Certain applications can have a whole video to themselves, like Horny, the MIDI sequencer. So we can spend some time on some of the applications in future videos. This was just a quick overview of this new distro for the MiSTer FPGA system. It's called Amity, or MiSTer for short. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. There's lots more to show, but for now I'll bid you adieu and have a great day. Bye bye.